sponsors.
We're here to record my first song. It's called Rest in Peace. It's dedicated to someone very special. And alhamdulillah, I'm fortunate enough to be one of the finalists to be able to come and do this, have the privilege of being part of this program.
We are here with Ali Altalib. He is a local brother who has a really powerful song that talks about a friend whose name was Ali. His friend's name is Ali, and his name is Ali also.
So today was an exciting day. It started out quiet. Started out kind of with just me, Ali, and Abdul-Malik. When I came in, it's just Abdul-Malik. You know, we were working on the new beat, boom, boom. Then Naeem came with his axe, like, oh, Naeem's here, boom, boom.
So when we came into the studio, he had a beat that he found online. So the first job for us was to figure out a beat and also to create a chorus.
Give her a hug. The absence is transforming.
Like a
People say
verse. Cool.
Alright, so we did that already.
Like that, y'all did that already?
So yeah, that's what we're working on.
It's like you said, singing first, then a rap, then the sing, then a rap, then a rap. God, take long, magic God.
Studio aspect of it is great. Tariq, mashallah, has, you could tell immediately, he's got a, mashallah, great ear. And is able to pick up things I would never have been able to pick up on. I wrote it in like 10 minutes, so it's not, I'm not like
you're not
attached
married
to the chorus, so I don't mind changing that up.
Like right now, like it's sounding a lot like Dear Stan, and we gotta I don't know.
Sound like Eminem to you?
It's a touching song, and there's another song that it's another one of these like heart-tugging songs that was written with a lot of like emotion and a lot of like serious feeling. So when we start working on it, I think we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, inshallah. That how easy will it be to, you know, hey, can we try this? Can we do this? Can we do that? So, but either way, I think it's gonna be a great day.
Which is a little bit more smoother, more solemn.
When the chorus come in, maybe the chords could come. Then when
then you could have something. You could do something more.
The song itself is very emotional, and just that within itself, I mean, it would have been, I think, a lot easier to do. I've written some other stuff, and it would have been a lot easier to do other stuff because you're not emotionally connected to it. So to separate out kind of the emotion that comes from the song itself to add the actual music production, I think that's the hardest part. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. God will return into him.
Here we go. How I did it.
Try moving on.
Sometimes it is gonna speed up a bit. Like there's just a couple like I was gonna be the first.
That's what I'm saying. That's line right now.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Flow is like, you know, you're doing da 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 ba ba da 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 da.
So switch.
Da 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 da.
Okay.
I can start to feel the tension a little bit because, like I said, I told you earlier that this is a song that means a lot to Ali, and when you start to take lines out or to try to make it make musical sense, you know, trying to make those 16 bars or 8 bars, and it's hard to get a songwriter to back off of that.
I think you should say
now that you're gone,
cause you the lead.
Yeah.
now that you're gone,
But it still feels so wrong.
now that you're gone,
Try to perform.
round trip ticket, no carry on down the
And to trust that in the process, we are going to shave off some things, even though maybe the people who heard the song the first couple of times like, oh man, you cut that, I love that. The world hasn't heard it yet, you know. And inshallah, we hope they will with this version of it, and it will still have all the emotion and everything. And even for me, this is the hardest part when we work with Deen.
To God will return, and to him will belong. You're dead, I won't see you in the morning, or at night, or at noon.
Yo.
The stop, I thought you stopped it or something. Because it comes from a very emotional place, so sometimes you find yourself trying to, record on beat and do this and that, but you're not really coming from an emotional place, even though the origin of the song itself was from a deeply emotional place. So that's probably the hardest part.
Because sober is the only thing so far. When you say, all right, stop, the way he ended sober was just a little bit a beat too late.
Yeah.
It could have been a.
This is my attempt to try to get some closure. We just put you in the dirt and it's supposed to be all over, but I'm walking like a drunk.
The process is very humbling. I would say that would be probably my first word describing it. You get attached to the way that you do things, and when it's especially art, when it's being picked apart, it feels humbling, but at the same time it's coming from a good place, and it's coming from people who have experience and who know what they're doing.
Which is a little bit more smoother, more solemn.
When the chorus come in, maybe the chorus could come.
But in terms of the thing, it's like I'm just hanging out with my brothers. I'm a local guy, so it's not weird to see Joshua or Naeem or Abdul-Malik. It's just like we're hanging out.
So you gotta stretch it out.
Huh?
You gotta stretch it out.
Gotta move on.
Let me see.
Hey, shut up. That's Sosa, that's my wife.
We have a chorus.
It was this is the first time Ali had he brought a lot of family. He brought his wife, he had it with him in here. They had the baby in here. They had lunch with us, and then and as we're working on stuff, everybody's kind of pitching in and what should we keep, what should we change, how the music should change and stuff like that.
Now that you're gone,
I'm a family man, and it was lunchtime. My wife wanted to come by and say hi, and it's hard to be away from them for a full day, let alone a weekend, let alone I don't know how you guys do it. So that's definitely something that's difficult, but it felt like home. They came by, hung out. I was able to hang out with my daughter, and it was a lot of fun.
Let's make sure he doesn't lose some of those stops where it was because now we getting close to da na 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 na
making everything the same.
Yeah,
right,
so be careful. The first 8 was cool if you wanted to keep him on that, but this next bit
It's gotta get loose.
It's gotta get loose.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling too.
You're keeping him too rigid.
Yeah.
Trying to express my pain, it comes out very formal. Ali's gone, make dua. There's his dad, console him. There's his mom, give her a hug. Man, your absence is strength.
That's what Josh is like. When we have Josh here, that's where he's the master of.
Where he at?
Where he at though?
He said he was gonna.
So he's the one that normally, and then he goes in there, and
That's when the session
and then the people come back, and Josh uses his magic, be like, trust me.
He knows what to cut. He knows words to cut out and syllables. It's about syllables.
Here we go.
Apparently you're
All right. No, this is your space. I'm just trying to.
It was, to be honest, it was a little embarrassing coming in all late, and I thought people were gonna be looking at me like, oh, now you wanna come? Song's done, finished. So I was just kind of coming in, laying low, bopping my head. But then people seemed happy to see me, like, oh, okay, he's here. They threw some paperwork at me, and it's like, all right, get to work. I was like, what?
From here to here.
Allah's the best of planners. I think I came in at a point where I could bring something to the table, and they threw me down next to Ali, and we pulled out pen and paper and just started, working on some stuff.
And it's supposed to be all over, but I'm walking like a drunk, and I'm waking up hungover.
And I could clearly see, I looked in Ali's eye at one point in time, and it was getting a little glossy. And I knew, I was like, okay, this is really hard for him. And we know how hard that process is when people start messing with your song. You remember that time, I think it was on our first album, we got our song back, and I threw the headphones off. I was like, get that stuff, what'd they do to my song? I was mad. And so, when I looked in his eye, I could feel that pain. And then I remembered that this song wasn't just a song, it's a song about a close friend of his that passed away. And so it became very difficult to kind of like, okay, well, how do we give him advice and massage the song to get it like to a point, and every little thing that we suggest is going to be difficult for him. So it was the whole thing was difficult, but at the same time it was kind of fun because lyrically it's a very powerful song, and kind of putting those lyrics together and you know, pulling out what he had on the paper and making it shine, at least in my eyes. That was really fun.
A sign that's not the normal. When trying to express my pain, it comes out very formal. Ali's gone, make dua, there's his dad console.
I think you're gonna be excited about it, and it's gonna be hot. Boom.
Now that you're gone, now that you're gone, now that you're gone. Brown chip ticket, no carry on. Now that you're gone, now that you're gone, now that you're gone. To God we return, and to Him we belong.
All right.
This Deen TV video was made possible in part by Islamic Relief USA, working together for a better world, by Guidance Residential, the #1 Islamic home financer in the US, and by Recycle Processes Incorporated.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. We need you to join the Deen TV Nation, so subscribe now, click that button there, and help us promote this great work.